Hi everyone, it's the Assyrian priestess with you. I hope this finds you well. I'm reading tonight on a dark moon, and of course the dark moon belongs to the goddess Hecate. So I am going to choose an oracle card or more, depending on what the goddess wants us to know, from the Oracle of the Hekatean Path by Payne and Butler. And I will be making any clarifications from the Thoth deck by Crowley and Harris. So first card out, we have the Psychopomp, the Soul Guide transition. So you might be going through a major rebirth in your life, a major transformation. Maybe you are at one of the gates yourself. And by gates, I mean gates of the underworld. If you are interested in descent mythology and descent workings, I do have multiple courses on my Patreon site, and you can find the link on this page. Second card out, the Path. And the third card out, Erotica, the bearer of love. And so we can honor the community guidelines. I will just put that there. So Hecate, one of Hecate's epithets is the Psychopomp, which is, like a death doula. It's someone who helps the dead transition to the other world. Hecate is an underworld goddess. She is more than an underworld goddess, but a lot of her mythology is how she operates in the underworld. And, Hecate is a beloved of mine. And so over the next time that I will spend here, I hope that you'll get to know her better. And so here we see a spirit transitioning to the other world. So you might have had to say goodbye to a beloved and actually physically have suffered the death of a loved one recently. You may have had to sort of lay an identity that you held dear to rest. So for example, if we lose our job, if we retire, if we leave a home or a community, if we migrate, if one of your pets dies, leaves you, gets lost, if you are experiencing any cataclysmic loss, there are more severe ones as well. Could be the end of a relationship, could be the end of a road. I'm seeing migration here as well. And so it's a big transition. There's a grief here as well. And the key number is 19. And so I see you here now. You're on a path now. Hecate is the goddess of the crossroads, and she's a torchbearer as well. Hecate is the crone that shows Demeter where to find Persephone in the underworld, if you ever got that far in the myth. And so here I see this person who's gone through a transition actually crossing the river. You're going through massive change, and it's happening all in the dark of night. So if you have felt like just called to do things that have no logical explanation, this could be like the goddess Hecate at work. And there's something here with a theme of love and desire and sort of sensuality. Erotica, this is one of her epithets, the bearer of love. And so eros, in its literal form, is being in love with your life and with the world. It's having a sense of aliveness about being alive. Erotic energy is not sexual. It is the passion you feel for life, for art, for poetry, for just being alive. It makes you thrilled. And usually that feeling when someone dies and you're in the shock and the surrealness of that, there's also this really surreal sense of deep gratitude for life, that it is actually available to you. And so maybe this is part of that after this transition, you're going on a journey and you're going to really reclaim your deep love and appreciation for life. It could actually mean that you've left something behind to go towards something you really love, or to an actual love, like a physical human form of love. So let's ask the tarot. I've already got... Ooh! Okay, the Thoth deck wants to speak. Let's go. So we have the 10 of Pentacles, the 6 of Swords, the Prince of Wands on top of the Erotica card, which is great. Sort of goes with the theme of like going for what you want. 9 of Wands, Strength, and this one, the Moon. How interesting that we've got the Journey card and the Moon. And the 6 of Swords is literally, oh gosh, it baffles me. Like this card, the Path, reminds me of the 6 of Swords. Like when I said you're crossing the river, I was like, oh, that's like the Rider Waite 6 of Swords image. And then we get the 6 of Swords. So you're leaving in the past a conflict. So you physically might be a migrant and you've just left a war zone. Literally. And you've had to put that old you, or the idea of your life that you thought that you would build, behind. And it's come at a great price and a great grief to you. And so you find yourself in a place of moving towards calmer shores. But there's something you're missing here. Is you're in a really good place. Your health is good. Your finances are fantastic. You're very in alignment. Here we see the 10 of Pentacles with the keyword wealth, and it's like the tree of life. And you're going towards a passionate new beginning. I mean, this Prince of Wands is amazing. Look at him or her. They are driving forward with a lion at the helm. So this move, whilst it was heavier, is leading you to something you're actually passionate about. Because when you think of your past, there was a lot to be desired. It actually, it took a lot of energy and strength to make that work when you really think about it. 9 of Wands, this is someone who keeps coming up with new solutions to get through. It's hard work and labor that burns one out. Now, you don't really know where you're going. 6 of Swords here, science. That's Crowley's key word. I always think of it as the refugee card, but this is a whole other interpretation, which is the sacred geometry of life. So the mathematical equation, the mathematical web that creates all alignment in perfect timing of the universe happens without you. And so you're just in it. I just feel like the Moon here. Sometimes I hate getting the Moon and sometimes I really like it. And right now I really like it, because what the Moon is saying to me is, A lot is changing for you for the better under the cover of the moon. And so you might not even know what you're doing. You might be going, gosh, are we crazy? Are we crazy to migrate? Am I foolish to resign, or am I making the right decision by leaving? 5 of Cups, disappointment. 10 of Wands in the shadow. You've lost a lot. There's been broken promises, broken dreams here for you. And it's come at a great price. Like, fighting for what you want has come at a price for you. So what's ahead? What is ahead? 2 of Cups. Ace of Swords, the Hanged Man, the Emperor, the Hermit, and the 8 of Pentacles in the shadow. I just want one more card. Okay, we've got 3. Got the Chariot again. We've got the Fool, who was in the shadow before. We have Justice and the 8 of Swords, interference. Let's put those there. I hope you can see them. So it's interesting where the cards are placed as well, yes? So the 2 of Cups is actually in the past position. In the past position, you really thought that something was in good alignment, that there was harmony, there was understanding, Venus in Cancer, there was pleasure and enjoyment and love. You were enjoying a love relationship or whatever, but then the Ace of Swords comes through. Some sort of severance, some sort of realization, some sort of needing to bear arms. And it's related to the Journey card. It's related to leaving. And it's left you in a position of meditation, reflection, immobility, which I guess the 8 of Swords is like a vibration of the Hanged Man. You could also be dealing with a Cancer, an Aquarian, or a Pisces. And so something needed to be righted. Something around passion. So maybe you were in a relationship, or you were in a really good position, a good place, but something wasn't right because there was no real passion or drive. There was no real aliveness. It was stagnant. Hanged Man could be stagnancy. And it could just be like paralysis. So sometimes we're in jobs, relationships, communities, countries where, we're doing well, we've got money, we've got love, we've got life going well, like on the surface it looks good, but there's no real, you don't really feel alive, you feel dead. It's like you're in a rut. The Hanged Man can also be in a rut, especially when we have the 8 of Swords combined. And so then there's been a move towards justice, which Crowley calls adjustment, which I love. It's like balancing it out again. The Emperor, the Hermit, and the Fool. I mean, they are 3 very opposing archetypes. The Emperor is the CEO. It's someone who has a lot of experience, a lot of power, a lot of wealth, a lot of accolades. Underneath all of these beautiful robes and the crown is a full suit of armor. Like, the Emperor is a warrior. And you can see like all of his regalia around him. It's also the card of Aries, so something in April. could have come about for you. And April was a cataclysmic month. We had 7 planets in Aries, which rules the Emperor card, and we had Uranus entering Gemini in April. So in April, I sensed there was a cataclysmic event for you, and it turned you inward into the hermit. You had to rely not on your power and beauty and strength and money and resources. You had to rely on your inner wisdom. You had to rely on your healing. You had to go inward and ask yourself some questions. And I see a lot of like shards of glass and mirror, and you can see here Hecate's dogs. So I love it that she has shown up in the Hermit card, because the 3-headed dog is the dog of the underworld. And here's the new beginning. So there's a lot of rebirth energy in this reading. And I hope it comes as a confirmation to you and as a, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a comfort to your heart. I see what flipped over. It was the universe card. The world. So I think I'm going to close the reading there. You're at the end of a cycle, and the world is your oyster. There's so much now that can manifest that you have made room for it. So well done on your choices. I hope that you will like this video. Leave a comment if you wish. Otherwise, I will leave you as always with my love and courage until we meet again. Bye for now.